Hi guys, Mark from Burton Bibles here, back with another little video, going through our series on the A to Z of Bible binding. Got loads of Bibles to show you today. This is one of the great things about doing this series. It enables me to get out all the Bibles in the world pretty much, and show you a few things that we can enjoy together. So today is the letter D, and I want to talk about design in this little video. The design of the Bible, because that's a really important part of what a publisher is trying to achieve when they design a Bible. They've got lots of things to think about. They've got how they want the Bible to look, the materials they want to use. They've got things about what they're trying to achieve with that particular Bible, with that particular edition, and lots of different things to take into account. So let's have a look at loads of these Bibles. The first thing I want to start with really is the layout of the Bible. This is the turquoise from Cambridge, and this is a traditional Bible from the 1920s, and so they have gone for a dual column layout. So we've got the verses in two columns on each page, and we have a center column for our references, which you can see there. And this is very much a chapter and verse layout. So it's laid out in chapters, and it's laid out verse by verse, which is something that I really like and which I prefer. But there are other ways of laying the Bible out. This is another a cameo. This is also a chapter and verse, dual column, center column references. This is the Concord, which is also dual column with center column references. Slightly different design on the references here. We've gone for the Cambridge bold number references there, and also this Bible has thumb index, so that's another part of the design, another feature of the design. It is optional, but that's something that you can go for, as is things like paper type and stuff like that. This is the wide margin from Cambridge. The Concord Wide Margin Edition, fantastic Bible. Here, of course, we're trying to get a Bible that is good for study and taking notes and for marking. So hence the Bible has been designed with thicker paper, and it is still a dual column with single column references. It is the Concord typeface after all. But here we have these wonderful big wide margins which just make the Bible fantastic for taking notes in and making notes on. Here's my Oxford wide margin, which I've been marking up recently, and again it's just fantastic for marking. So that's something that can be brought into the design as well. But sometimes there are more modern ways of doing things, and here are two Bibles from Cambridge that buck that trend. And this is the Clarion, which is a fantastically clear single column. So now the text is arranged in a single column. It has a left-hand margin and a right-hand margin on the pages for references. They are the bold type references as well, nice and clear. And the text is also laid out not in a chapter and verse layout, but in a paragraph style layout. So hence you can see blocks of paragraphs on the page, and the verse numbers are in the text rather than being separated verse by verse. A lot of people prefer that. Nice, more like reading a traditional book. This too is the Pit Minion, also arranged in paragraph format. So not verse, chapter and verse, but this is a chapter and paragraph style Bible. This is a more modern layout. It has been around for a while though. But this seems to be the style that they're going for. And in the poetic books, the Psalms, for example, we go for this sort of centre, not justified to the left or to the right, but it's all aligned centrally, which is nice to read the poetry like that. So there's two Bibles from Cambridge with a slightly more modern flavour to them. This is a strange one and an interesting one from Cambridge. This design is trying to achieve, this is the Transetto, trying to achieve a very small Bible, one that you can fit in your pocket, but with a very readable font. So the style here is like a flipbook format, and it's not chapter and verse, it is more paragraph style. but it's very nice to read indeed. So that's an interesting design. Here's the ESV from Crossway. This is the ESV Reader's Edition Bible. This is my wife's, and here we have that single column paragraph format taken to the ultimate conclusion, really, because here we don't have any verse numbers at all. We simply have the chapter numbers and the sort of verses across the top, and the text itself is free from everything. There's no references here. It's not self-pronouncing text here. There's no chapters or verses in the text. Sorry, there is just a simple number to the left-hand side to let you know that you're in John chapter 14. And here it says across the top where you are. So it starts, "Let not your hearts be troubled, believe in God, believe also in me." So there's nothing to distract the eye from just reading this like a novel, reading it like a book. And that's something that the Crossway have tried to do with their Reader's Edition. Very nice, very interesting. Here's the Humble Lamb Bible, another favourite of mine. And this design is quite interesting. So this is the New King James Version. They've opted for nice red, bold red letters for the references, for the chapter headings. It is a red letter edition. It is separated into these paragraphs as well, which is quite interesting, slightly different with headings. So this is a very modern and fresh take on the Bible. They've also included some pictures, some sketches and drawings from a famous artist who I don't know much about, but that is a feature of this Bible as well. So there's lots of things that the publishers can try and do to make their Bibles different, to make their Bibles readable, to make them better for study, and that's all things that are brought into the design process. So when you're looking for a Bible, that's something that I would also encourage you to think about. Think about what you're trying to get out of the particular edition that you're looking for, what it's going to be used for, what sort of size you want, what sort of layout you want, and these are all things that you can think about when you start thinking about design. So that is the letter D. D was for design. Join us next time. We'll be looking at the letter E. See you soon. Bye-bye.